Tell us a story, a real story of something that you've seen happen at any of the properties. Could be with a team member, it could be with guest.
Well, there's been many, but the one that just pops into mind is a guest that stayed with us for many, many years. I've seen the kids when they were small. Now the kids are married. They have their own kids, and they've been coming to us more than 20 times now. And they've had good experience, but they also had not so good experience. They've come back when we were supposed to have finished a renovation in the Maldives. We weren't quite done. They came nevertheless. Obviously, it wasn't quite the experience that they had hoped for, but we looked after them. That same family came to Mauritius when we opened Lax Grand Group, where we are today. Same thing. The hotel was renovated. It wasn't quite the experience that they had hoped for. And they just were again in the Maldives 2 weeks ago. And obviously there were breakdowns. But the connections they had with the people, mostly in the Maldives, but then also in Mauritius, the way they were looked after, obviously we knew what they wanted.
And who they
we
were.
Shared information. We knew about the family, about the history. We did these little surprises. And if that would have been just a run-of-the-mill hotel experience, these guests would have been gone.
Long ago.
But because they know that we cared, and mistakes do happen everywhere. But I'm close with them. I speak to them, and I think that's what we have with a lot of general managers. They create personal relationships, and I see it sometimes. I join with them on Facebook, or they join a what's meant to be an internal group, but a guest is so close that they feel part of the team. They want to join. They want to be part of what happens in the lives of the team members. And I think a family like that, those are guests.
See, now that's interesting when you say a family like that. You were thinking of it just then as that family, and yet they see themselves as part of this family. And that may actually be more the future of this particular segment of the hospitality industry. That people cherish that kind of intimacy and connection, where as we age and we grow, so does the team. They're human beings, and that we have a connection with each other.
It's the inclusion, that you're not seen as a customer. They don't see themselves as a customer. They're seeing themselves as a guest. And at the same time, the team members, they don't see that as what they do as a job. And I don't know if it's in English, but in German, the word that's called Beruf, if you would translate it, it's like a calling. I either have a job or I have a calling. The way I'm going to treat this is very different. And I think a lot of our team members feel that they have that calling to add value, care, create experiences that last long after they check out. And we've seen that's why they come back.
That enrich people's lives, that gives them the feeling they were hoping for, or even feelings they didn't know that they might have, and that they absolutely cherish.
And I think that's when general managers started calling people at home, says, today you were meant to check in with us, but you're not here because you can't, because the borders are closed. But the fact that the general manager took the time to call the guests, as we're thinking of you and hope at one point you can come back. Who would expect that from a service provider? Nobody. But it showed that the general manager is caring for them much more than you would for a customer.
And you interestingly see on Facebook and TripAdvisor all the time that it isn't just the general manager that's doing that, creating those kinds of connections with the guests, but so many.
No, it's waiters, it's room attendants, it's receptionists that picked up. A lot of times it's a receptionist that becomes friends with a son or the daughter, and they're on the same age, and they grow all with each other. And we've had it that for 10, 20 years, and we see it in that they follow that room attendant or the receptionist. They follow them around when they move on, because obviously not everybody stays again in the Maldives for the entire time. They might come here, they might move to another property, but they create that bond that stays for years. Yeah.
And then the weddings happen, and then the babies come. Yeah, and it's life lived together. Well, I've certainly enjoyed living this part of my life with you.
Yes, yeah, it's been rich, it's been exciting, it's been full of surprises. Long may it continue.
Long may it continue. Thanks for watching this video. Your dedication to serving better and caring more makes the world a better place for everyone. For more uplifting ideas, practical insights, and free resources, please subscribe now.